The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
We welcome you back to the Coaches Show that is brought to you by here on News Radio WGNS. Sir Pizza. They've got 3 Murfreesboro locations offering a huge selection of mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, pastas, wings, and more. Order your favorites online at sirpizzatn.com. The head coach of the Smyrna Lady Bulldogs, Lonnie Drayton, joins us here this morning. And, Lonnie, you had a nail-biter last night.
Seems like that's every night right now. I mean, which is a good thing, but at 47, I'm struggling. So the blood pressure medicine is on tap right now. So we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good.
Well, I know a little bit about those 40s, but I'm soon to see the next number.
Oh, hey, I know it's coming.
Yeah, it's like a freight train too, isn't it?
That's right.
And here you are trying to balance 2 sports, a winter and a spring sport and all of that comes with it. And the first of the year really makes that one difficult, doesn't it?
It does. It makes it tough at times, but, it's adapting. And then today here's the screaming that you probably hear in the background is I've been talked into doing the scorebook with my son on Saturday mornings at the rec league. So I am out here doing 7 and 8-year-old girls basketball, which is, let me tell you, it's pure comedy. So, I mean, a Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart movie couldn't give you what this is going to give me. Right?
Oh goodness, that's pretty wild. So you're seeing all its extremes, but I'm sure some of those that's where the passion for playing sports comes from is when you're a kid, and by the time you get to high school, it's obviously a lot more competitive and things like that. But these are the kids that the community pours into to get them ready to play on the next level if they want.
Exactly, that is. And the funny thing is one of the main reasons that I accepted was just to keep that connection, because my son's a freshman in high school and he's not playing rec ball anymore. He's playing high school ball, so I wanted I want to be here early on Saturday mornings just to keep that face of the program type connection with our community right there, because I know all the older kids, I know all the older girls, and now I'm back in the eyes of the young kids and supporting them and clapping for them, and when they do something good, they want to. I want them to associate Coach Drayton's face with the good stuff that they do.
Yeah.
And, so it's always something to try to keep the program running. So that's one of the sacrifices, one of the things I love about it. So
well, kind of give us I guess a little bit of info here about how I guess we could call it the pre-Christmas schedule has gone. I know we got to see you guys last week when you took on Riverdale, and that was quite a close game too. And then last night, a close one against Valor Collegiate. So kind of tell us how the first part of the season's gone for you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's been rough. We're in a situation where we're in a sort of a rut as far as us shooting and us finding ways to put the ball in the hole right now. But I thought I'd never say this, but we've lost. We actually lost 4 games in a row last night, and we have missed in those 4 games. We've missed 70 free throws.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I've never heard anything like that. And as a coach, I told the girls yesterday, it's sort of hard to continue harping on it, but when you're missing that many free throws, and it starts to get in your head. I mean, as a coach, as a player, and I hear people all the time, they're trying to give like the thing I hate. It's so funny because the thing I hate after Riverdale, you remember, we missed 17 free throws in that game, 17 or 18 free throws in that game. And I had one of my players' moms, and our players, we talk about it all the time, and I tell them one thing that I hate is when is when a player or a parent comes up or somebody comes up to us and they say, why don't y'all practice free throws? Why don't y'all practice free throws at practice? Because we do every situation that you could possibly think of in for practice. And so the kid, I'm sitting there talking to the mom, and the kid comes up, and the mom says, hey, it's getting a little better at Riverdale. She says, but maybe y'all need to practice free throws. And the kid says, Mom, stop. All right, please don't say that. He hates that. So it was just funny to hear how our girls are understanding it and how we get to see. But it starts to resonate. It starts to get in your head. It starts to, I don't know if it's a mental block or whatever we have right now, but there's a lot of games that, we should be in and we should be competing and winning at the end if we're just taking care of the ball and, doing simple things like hitting free throws to win a game. So.
Well, you just look at some of the scores in those 4 losses. I mean, you had a close one last night, almost the same identical score against McGavick, and 10-point losses with Riverdale and Overton. But we were there at the Riverdale game. I mean, there were chances there. So, I mean, you're right there.
Yeah, and it's not a 10-point game. If you think about it, if you think about how every situation is, I mean, gosh, we were, I don't know, against Riverdale, were we up at halftime or, something.
I think that's right.
Yeah, and, and just execution in the middle of the game, different things like that finds us, where we are clawing back in and turn the ball over. They hit a big shot. And, that's what happens. I think at the Riverdale game, I really feel like, when 24 went out of the game and we started the pressure, we've got to understand that when if somebody at that magnitude, that caliber, ball handler, gets taken out of the game, we have to swarm to the point where everybody else is smothered. There's nobody that's going to beat us after that, and we did not adapt to it. We didn't make that happen before. So it's rough just seeing, because I think, with our record right now, we could easily be undefeated. And we're playing so many young guys right now, freshmen, and, we started 2 freshmen in that game and 2 sophomores and 1 senior. So it's learning pains, and, hopefully real quick we'll figure it out, because I don't know if they understand that I'm the most competitive coach around, and I love to win, and it's hard to lose in that fashion. I'd almost rather lose by 50 than lose games at the end when we could have won,
Well, the competitive nature within you is going to say, well, if we had done this or that, or if I had called this play or that play, and, and you just can't help but to do that.
Exactly. That makes it rough. But at the same time, it makes it fun. We go back, watch game tape, and we try to figure it out. And, it's about being, I know it's cliche, but being 1% better every day, that's the aim, especially when you have young guys, and just not losing confidence in those guys. And they know I don't. So that's the biggest thing.
Well, Lonnie, talk to me a little bit about what's coming up, how you're going to handle the holiday break here after this next week of school. And I guess maybe you've got exams and all that kind of thing going on, so it's always a weird week right before Christmas.
Oh, yeah. We play tomorrow, Tuesday night. I think we play lead on Tuesday night, and then we don't play again until Friday night, where we'll be in Clinton, Kentucky. All right. I think Clinton, Kentucky. We'll play 3 games in Kentucky, and then we'll get a break. So I don't even know how to spell break until that right there. So we'll get a small break, and we'll practice a couple times, and then we'll come back and play. I think we'll play Trousdale County when we come back from the break right there. So,
if you coach winter sports, you don't get a winter break. If you coach spring sports, you don't get a spring break. If you coach fall sports, you don't get a fall break, really. I mean.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what I told somebody the other day. When basketball season starts, I'm not going to be off until, really won't get a day off until June. Because I'm blessed to coach a softball team that usually goes pretty deep every year. And, So June, I'm not, it's fun, but June is the next time because, spring break, like you said, we're in Bob Jones in Alabama, and we're always somewhere. So it's awesome. It's exciting, though.
Well, here you are. You're at a 7 and 8 year old basketball game on a Saturday morning, so you're going to be busy regardless. So
there you go. And I just want the parents to know, all the parents that anybody that's listening, that I was one of those parents that was in the crowd going crazy at these 7 and 8 year old games, and I just want them to know that it's just as funny watching the parents as watching these kids. So you're pure comedy too, people.
There you go. Well said. Lonnie, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas to you and the family, and we will catch back up with you right before we get into district play.
Hey, it sounds like a plan, Brian. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, Lonnie. Lonnie Drayton joining us this morning on the Coaches Show, brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, the largest and most comprehensive orthopedic surgery group in Middle Tennessee. Find out more online at TOA.com.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice